We're going to stay in Canberra. We've got breaking news on another front, and this relates to aged care, major reforms that this government is trying to get through the Parliament. Andrew Clennell, our political editor, joins me. You have an update on where this negotiation is up to?
Well, what I can tell you, Laura, is there is a snap coalition party room meeting called for 10:30, so in a few minutes' time this morning, to discuss the government's aged care reforms, and that comes after a snap shadow cabinet meeting this morning at 8:30 a.m. So aged care reforms on the agenda, revealed to you on Tuesday that it wasn't put on the regular party room agenda then, and it seemed there was no deal. What I can't tell you at this stage is what the shadow cabinet recommendation to the party room will be. Will it be to agree to the reforms, pass them, amend them, or block them? We will find out this morning. There's no doubt about that, Laura. But just revealing again, a snap coalition party room meeting, which sources tell me, senior sources in the coalition say, is to do with the government's proposed aged care reforms. It is the last day the House sits for a month, of course.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to introduce that legislation, you'd have to do it today if you wanted to get it through in a timely fashion. Only the Senate's sitting next week.
What's your instinct on this, Andrew? Because this is a major issue, aged care reform, and whilst it's not in the headlines every day, we have, in the months gone by, uncovered problems, systemic, ones that need to be fixed because the pressures on the aged care system are just horrific. Do you think the coalition, whatever the recommendation from the shadow cabinet is, will be to propose its own amendments but ultimately pass it?
Well, we see that happen on a lot of occasions. I think they're odds on, as you say. I wish I could tell you and knew, because I prefer to report in that fashion. Yeah. But what we do know, and I told you the other day, is they had objections, they had concerns from the Monday night shadow cabinet meeting in relation to this so-called workers' voice. They saw it as a union rep in every aged care home, and that was a massive problem, particularly in rural and regional Australia. So they'll be looking to amend that. We know that for sure. And then comes the definition of who should pay more, because we know it's about lifting how much people pay for aged care, and we know it's targeted at self-funded retirees. The former aged care minister, Richard Colbeck, though, said the other day part pensioners would be caught up. So perhaps that's become an issue as well. If there are to be amendments, I reckon it's around those issues. And I don't think you can guarantee that they would therefore pass the reforms. And look, the other political element to this, as you know, Laura, is Peter Dutton really going to give the government a win on this last day in the House for a month? I do sort of question that. Surely he's going to want to put his own agenda, idea into these reforms. He's going to want to get credit for changing the government's mind on something. So that's my instinct. I actually can't tell you. He has said in a budget reply speech he wants to see the reforms because he wants to see the budget position improved. And I have been told that they were still negotiating and really wanting to get this over the line. So I just feel that they're a lot closer to getting over the line this morning than they were 2 days ago.
All right, I reckon you'll have some news from us at about 10:35, 5 minutes after that meeting starts. So I'll set that bar
Pressure's
high for you. Text him. Okay, Andrew, we'll see you soon.